Find a place in the classroom you can get comfortable. Feel free to put your head on your desk, lay on the floor, or find a corner of the room that will help you relax and fall asleep. Now that you are comfortable, please close your eyes and slowly take a long, big, deep breath in. And now, slowly let your breath out. Once again, take a big, deep breath in, and slowly let your breath out. Starting with your head and neck, I want you to let go of any tension within your body. Allow your head and neck to become fully relaxed to a point of feeling like you are floating. Now, let all of your muscles in your shoulders, chest, and back become completely relaxed as you let yourself go into a state of calm. Relax. Allow your entire body to sink into a position of rest. Let go of your arms, your hands. Let your legs and feet melt away. Allow your body to begin to float into the world of sleep and relaxation. Take another slow, deep breath in, and gently let your breath out. Now, imagine you are floating in the sky. You are high above the atmosphere, relaxing on a cloud. It's nighttime. Everything around you is dark. Everything seems calm, comfortable, and relaxed. As you lay upon your cloud, you enjoy seeing the tiny galaxies in the distance. Shooting stars are traveling across the nighttime sky. You take a moment to smile and enjoy the grandeur of the galaxies. As you continue to float through the evening sky, you notice a bright light in the distance. You're curious. You slowly begin to move closer to the mysterious light. The closer you get, the light seems to get bigger. You continue to move toward the light and begin to notice that the illumination is actually light coming from what appears to be a floating city. A floating city in space. You decide to fly near the edge of the city to see what it's all about. The city looks interesting. It looks friendly. You decide to move off of your cloud, step into the city, and explore what's inside. The first thing you notice about the city is all the fabulous colors. Every street, building, billboard, and light is a different color of the rainbow. It seems to be a very intriguing city. It's bright, it's illuminating, it's like a dream. You decide to look around. As you continue to walk through the city, exploring its features, you begin to notice something rather peculiar. There are no people here in this city. It seems like everything about the city is functioning, yet no one is actually here. No adults, no kids, no people walking around. There aren't even any houses. The only thing you see are streets, lights, and buildings. You become even more curious about the city and decide to get closer to one of the buildings up ahead. The first building is a very short, blue building with lots of windows. It looks interesting. You decide to see what's inside. As you approach the door to this building, you see a sign above that reads, "My Earliest Memories." With hesitation, you open the door and enter. As you slowly walk into the building, you notice that it is completely empty. The only thing you see is all the windows. As you look more closely through the windows, you begin to see that each window is revealing an early childhood memory of your life. This building is all about you. Take a moment and look through the windows. What are the earliest childhood memories of your life that you see? What images are being shown? What do you remember? Who is with you? Look around and relive your earliest memories of life. The windows begin to fade away, and you decide to leave this interesting blue building. As you exit, you proceed to walk across the street and notice a tall, red building nearby. It has a revolving door, and you decide to enter. There is a large banner at the receptionist counter that reads, "My Fears." You proceed beyond the counter and notice a waiting area with empty chairs. In the waiting area is a large TV. You choose to take a seat in the waiting area, and with the remote, you turn on the TV. The TV begins to show episodes of You. Every channel is replaying early episodes of various times you were afraid. What episodes do you see? What happened? What were you afraid of? How did you respond? Who was with you? How did you feel? Flip through the channels and watch some of those early, fearful memories. As you turn the TV off, your chair begins to spin around and the walls of the room open up. The chair moves you forward as if on a conveyor belt. Gliding ahead, you notice a glowing hologram-style sign in front of you that reads, "My Best Moments." As you glide forward, you see a variety of hologram images on your left and right. The images are snapshot replays of the best moments in your life that you are the most proud of. You see hologram memories of your greatest achievements, funnest experiences, and proudest moments. What events do you get to relive as you glide ahead? What accomplishments do you remember? Who is praising you? What fun memories do you get to experience again? Enjoy the moments as you move through the holograms. Your chair soon comes to a stop, and you notice a door nearby. You stand and walk toward the door to open it. As you open the door, the bright lights of the city are revealed again. You are back on the streets of the city. In the distance, you notice a tall, cylindrical, tower-like building that is yellow in color. It seems to stretch to the sky. You approach the building. You notice it too has a sign above the door. The illuminated sign blinks, "Life's Historical Events." You enter the tall building and notice that the inside is a tall, narrow, circular room with no ceiling. As you look up, the walls seem to extend upward indefinitely. You can't even see a ceiling. You do see a switch on the wall and decide to flip the switch. Soon, a pedestal raises you up as if you were on a rising platform to the top of the building. As you are slowly propelled upward, you see thousands of picture frames on the walls of this chamber-like room. Each picture frame is a portrait, a moment in time, of many historical people, places, and events that have changed world history. Some picture frames are visualizing historical events during your lifetime, and others are depicting historical events you have learned about. These are portraits of historical figures, battles, entertainers, famous athletes, and more. You decide to take a few of the picture frames off the wall and watch each portrait come to life. Enjoy watching a replay of each historical event in real time. Which portraits do you decide to pick up? What events do you see reenacted in these picture frames? What revolutionaries or inventors do you watch? What is your opinion about these historical events? Enjoy watching various picture frames come to life as you travel up the tall circular room. You place the picture frames back onto the wall, and the elevator brings you to the very top of the circular room. You step off and see a door to your right. The door has a sign that reads, My Influences. You open the door and walk onto an extremely long escalator that brings you downward toward ground level. As you ride the escalator down, you see wax figures of significant people that have influenced you and your life. Some wax figures are family and others are friends. Some figures are teachers and others are coaches. Who do you see? How is each wax figure posed? What influence did each wax figure have on your life? Was their influence good or bad? Ride the escalator down and see how each wax figure is posed. As you step off the escalator, you are slowly brought to another door. This door is an exit to the outside, and it brings you back onto the streets of the well-lit, enchanted city. In the distance, you see a glass, pyramid-shaped building at the end of the street. This glass building appears to be alone, all by itself. You walk toward the pyramid building and enter the front triangular door. As you walk into the building, you see a beam of light in the middle of the room that is shining onto a glass desk. You approach the illuminated desk and notice two things: a sign that reads, My Future, and a pair of virtual reality goggles. You decide to put the goggles on your face. The goggles begin to show a virtual projection of your future. You get to watch your life unfold before your eyes 30 years into the future. What do you see? What is your life like 30 years from now? Are you married? Do you have children? Where do you live? What accomplishments have you made? Enjoy watching your future unfold before your eyes. As you are wearing the goggles, the video of your future begins to fade to black. You take the goggles off and slowly exit the glass pyramid-shaped building. As you exit the building and enter the city once again, you notice that you're on the edge of the city. A cloud is nearby, waiting for you to ride. You step upon the cloud and it slowly carries you away from this enchanted city, the incredible city that was all about you. As you drift away on your cloud, the lights of the city begin to decrease and the darkness of space begins to increase. Soon, the enchanted city is a distant memory. You are now floating high above the atmosphere through the darkness of the nighttime sky. Once again, you see shooting stars in the sky and the shimmer of distant galaxies. Time continues to tick away. You soon begin to realize that you are no longer floating in the sky, but instead you are actually in your psychology class. You are no longer on a cloud, but in your school. You are in the present, right here, right now. All of this was only a dream. If you are hearing me now, please bring yourself back to reality. Go ahead and wake up from the story. Slowly and quietly, without disturbing anyone, please come back and sit up in your desk. If you can't hear me and are still sleeping, continue to sleep. Those that are now awake and can hear me, quietly while not waking anyone, begin to write down everything you remember from the story. Start from the beginning of the story and jot down any bullet points of things you saw, experienced, or remembered. Also, write down any physical feelings such as your temperature, pulse, etc. I will give you 5 minutes to write down your observations and then we'll talk it over as a class.